missed extra points so far through the first 4 games of the season. I think they've all 3 been blocked as well. So still something we got to clean up there. Hey, fans, you've cut back on everything from lattes to lunches. But if you're still coming up short at the end of the month, try this. Give State Farm agent Barbara Williams in Bristol a call for a free discount double check. She'll show you how something as simple as combining car and home policies could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Because being there to help keep more of your money in your own pocket is why State Farm agent Barbara Williams is here. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
8:56 on the clock. 13-0 Bearcats leading. Couldn't ask for a better start. You've had 13 points on the board. You held them to a 3-and-out. 7 yards you allowed to Wise Central so far, and you're at over 100 already at 120. And here's a fun fact for our buddy Alex Tabor. Virginia High has been playing football exactly 100 years longer than Central, 1911 to 2011. As the State Line Motors kickoff's fielded at the 15-yard line. He's got some room up the middle, but a nice tackle made in space as they wrap him up down around the 35-yard line. That's where Wise Central will take over.
Yeah, that was Jake Goss making the tackle there for the Bearcats on Matthew Boggs. Pretty good, talented freshman they've got over there at Wise Central. He put together a pretty good return there. I believe had he cut to the outside instead of back, or had he cut more to the interior of the field instead of back towards the sideline, there he could have picked up a few more yards. But that's where Wise Central will take over their second drive of the game, 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line.
That's an interesting stat, though, Alex. Thank you for tweeting that one in for us. We have a whistle down on the field and equipment. I have to check him out. I didn't have the pads down over the knees, so that, of course, being emphasized this year. It's a cool look, but, of course, safety-wise, bad. And he'll have to sit out and have to get readjusted there uniform-wise. 4 wide. Speaking of Wise, I need to quit saying Wise so much, don't I? Wise Central do a pitch out to the left side, and the Cats meet him after a gain of about 4. Gets it up to the 40-yard line. 13-0 Cats leading, 8:40 to go first quarter, but a nice run there on first down.
Yeah, so just like their initial drive of the game on first down, they're able to pick up some yardage. That's when the Bearcats clamped down and forced them to that 3-and-out. We'll see what happens here. Second down, Central up to their own 40-yard line.
So a second down and 6 coming up for Central, who's just looking to get their first down of the afternoon after an electric start for the Bearcat offense. This is a run play up the middle, and we close down on it. A short gain of about 2, and it'll bring up third down again on Wise Central. That time the carry from C.J. Crabtree, who has 135 rushing yards on the year. He's been their most solid running back, just a sophomore. And this is a team that will use close to about 5, maybe 6 different running backs. And 4, make that 5 of the 6 are freshmen. Only the sophomore is the one that we just mentioned, C.J. Crabtree. The quarterback, Isaiah McAmis, is a junior. First year as a starter. He was a wide receiver last year, very athletic, and he'll roll out to the right side here for this third down, and they get a good completion out across the 50 down to the 40, make that the 36-yard line as Austin Davidson was on the coverage, but a step behind.
Yeah, Ethan Mullins has a good catch, has a good pass by the quarterback there for Wise Central. Big first down, gets them into Virginia High territory, and you think this game has started explosively. Let me give you a score update here. Blacksburg, Richlands is at Blacksburg. In the second quarter, the score, Blacksburg 35, Richlands 0.
So that first down, that is quite a score there. Blacksburg must be for real. As first down and 10, they'll pitch it out left again to Crabtree, and he tries to cut back, and he will run into Big John Malumba, who makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10 coming up, and another score, Chilhowie 8, George with nothing with over 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. So Greg Sanchez with a 45-yard touchdown run. As it is his birthday today. It's also our defensive coordinator, co-defensive coordinator, Reese Sidnor's birthday. And of course, a part-time Bearcat radio commentator as well. Second down and 10. They'll put a man in motion out wide and a jet sweep, and Aaron Rose with the tackle for a loss as they tried to get it out to, I believe that was Ethan Mullins again. In motion, the wide receiver who just made the big pass catch on the couple of plays ago. That time a loss of 3, and it'll bring up third down and about 13.
We'll update both of those scores again right quick. that Blacksburg-Richlands game already going to half. Richlands tacks on a field goal right at the buzzer. Now 35-3 Blacksburg. And George Wythe turns the ball over through their own end zone to give up a safety to Chilhowie. Now Chilhowie up 10-0 on the Rocky Maroons.
Things looking tough. It's a tough start for George Wythe as they'll go 3rd down and 13. Wise will roll out again to the right side. A pass complete. And a nice tackle made one-on-one out wide as Michael Bradley was there on the coverage. It's close.
Well, you're
about
certain,
a yard short.
You're pretty certain the Warriors will go for it here. You're essentially in that no man's land right around the 26-yard line of Virginia High, and you're already down.
You don't want to give it back.
Right, yeah, you're already down 13-0, 5:54 remaining in the first quarter. So Central will go for it. Now they're going to mark it a little bit closer. They're going to say it's just inches. So
they're going to measure.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're going to say I'm surprised they wouldn't measure.
So they're going to run that across the long way. Of course, the sticks way on the other side, on the Wise Central side. A fairly decent group traveled. The close to an hour and a half it takes to get here from Wise. It's a pretty good ways to Norton from here, isn't it, as far as that goes. But a good little group here, and the crowd coming in here at the Gene as they put the ball down to measure. Was a nice catch. I believe it was Ethan Mullins again, wasn't it, on the reception?
It was, yeah. They've gone to him quite a bit. Like I say, he's a very talented freshman. They got a lot of high hopes for him. We got Brad Carter working the chains permanent tonight. He's off the clip tonight and be working the
Bristol
the down marker. So
the key, really, we talk about the secondary being experienced. Right now, though, a couple of big plays given up by this secondary, and it's gotten Wise Central down near the red zone on their second possession of the afternoon. 5:54 to go here in the first quarter. 13-0 Cats leading. We have a 4th down and less than a football's length to get the first, as they're from their own or into Bearcat territory at the 26. Got to get it up near the past the 26, and we jump off sides, I believe. Cooper Gobble a little too anxious, and they will give an encroachment, and that'll move the chains. That's one of those mental errors you can't afford to have on a 4th down. You got to make them snap it at least.
We talk about this team, being young, but you got Isaiah McAmis. He's a junior there, quarterback for Central. He gets them on the hard count, forces them to jump off sides, get a little too aggressive, so gives Wise the first down just outside of the red zone now. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Virginia High 21-yard line. 5:53 remaining in the first quarter.
McAmis takes a high snap, a little throw out into the flats for Demai Lester, the Graham transfer, and he gets close to 8, 7, maybe 8 on the play, and a nice completion there on first down. That gets them inside the red zone for the first time tonight as they're inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line, trying to cut into this 13-0 deficit with 5.5 minutes to go first quarter.
Yeah, the wide receiver out on the far side of the field, Ben Bricky, set a good seal-out block to add extra yardage in there for Central. They get on down near the 13-yard line, and Virginia High will call their first time out of the game.
So Coach Chris will burn one to get the defense a breather here on this Thursday night edition of Bearcat football. We'll step away for a 30-second break as well. 13-0 Cats lead it.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org. This message has been brought to you by the Humane Society of the United States, Maddie's Fund, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Gene Malcolm. 13-0 Bearcats leading, but Wise Central driving.
Fans never miss a moment of the 2018 Bearcat football season. Tune in every week for Virginia High football on Bearcat Radio. Coverage begins 30 minutes before kickoff at www.spreaker.com/Bearcat Radio. Go Cats.
You know where to find us if you're listening tonight. A shameless plug, though, nonetheless. 2nd down and 2.
We got no shame.
Wise Central as they jump there, and that'll cost them 5. A little flinch by Tanner Hensley, big junior out there on the left tackle. Towers above the rest of their linemen. They have a decent-sized group of offensive linemen. Of course, felt like a junior college last week, the size that Tennessee High trotted out on the field. So far, McAmis, 44 yards passing.
So they're going to give those 5 yards back to us we got for our jumping offsides.
There's a snap. They're going to hand it off right side, and we spin him down close to the first down marker after the penalty. Ends up about 2 yards short, and it'll bring up 3rd down and short. Make it 3rd down and 2.
Several college games affected by the storm, of course, this week as well. This game was already scheduled for tonight, Boston College at Wake Forest. Just an update on that score at halftime. We're tied at 21 apiece. Here comes Central back to the line now. It's going to be 3rd and 3 from the Bearcat 13-yard line.
McCamus going to roll out left side. They had him well covered, the wide receivers at least, but he's going to run for the first down inside the 5-yard line. Good decision by a guy who was running routes last year.
Yeah, he was running for his life there as big Jalen Dingus was right on his heels, but he gets down, picks up the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal to go all the way down to the Bearcat 5-yard line. So Central putting together a nice little drive here, hoping to cap it off with points.
4:40 on the clock as we are leading. The Cats are 13-0, but Wise Central on a run here. They're at the 5-yard line, 1st down and goal, working left to right here at Gene Malcolm. Again, homecoming tonight. Stay tuned for the halftime show coming up at the half. We'll talk about a lot of things. As we're going to go inside this time. That is Wise going inside. A good run down to around the 2-yard line as the Cats got on his back. I think Dingus was the first there, but he kind of went for a ride before he got initially slowed down. John Malumba able to put the second hit on, and then he ran into Dante Harris for the final blow. And 2nd down and goal from, looks like, the 3.
4 minutes, 16 seconds remaining on the first quarter clock. Bearcats lead 13-0, but the Warriors are threatening here down to the 2-yard line. And I tell you what, they're taking their time. They're doing what they got to do to stay in this game. They're running the clock. They're going to snap this ball down with about 4 seconds remaining on the game clock.
They're going to run from the shotgun inside, and a touchdown standing up into the end zone as C.J. Crabtree, the sophomore, scores his 2nd touchdown of the season and gets Wise on the board. So they didn't score last week. They had a bye the week before. So they hadn't scored since week 1. But there they cut it back to 13-6 with the extra point looming.
Kicking the extra point there for Central will be the senior Peyton Rogers. On the hold, the quarterback, Isaiah McCamus. There's the count, the snap, the hold, the kick. It's up and through. It is good. Boy, that kid's got a leg.
Well,
so with 3:51 remaining in the first quarter, your new score, Virginia High 13, Wise Central 7. Now, will that missed extra point come back to cause us some trouble?
Yeah, that's going to be the question mark from now on. As Wise gets back on the board with a score, 3:51 to go in the first quarter. And the Cats can't quite get a stop. Couple of conversions. Of course, the biggest being the penalty on 4th down and 1 on the offsides by Cooper Gobble. But, of course, still got to make plays. And they had to convert a couple of 3rd downs on that drive. And the passing game got going there with McCamus.
Yeah, that was pretty good offensive possession by Central. Hey, if you can't get enough of Southwest Virginia football, did you know that there is a website dedicated to all 46 Southwest Virginia teams? Visit ColefieldSports.com. Plus, Bearcat fans can enjoy previews and recaps every single week.
I'll tell you, it's a fun site to keep up with during the week, and also you can join the forum there and get in arguments with people about scores.
We wouldn't argue with anybody.
That's true, but I mean, if you wanted to.
Who goes out looking for a fight other than Kevin over here? But, you know.
Kevin on the stats. And Dylan Hutton along with Travis DeBus as we get set for the State Line Motors kickoff. We've had quite a few of these. Hasn't been quite as raucous a first quarter as we had week 1 against Tazewell, but I'm not sure we're ever going to be able to match that.
A game we didn't mention in the pregame, but we'll go ahead and give you a scoring update on as it pertains to some Southwest Virginia teams. Galax leads Royal Retreat 14-0. 4 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the first of that game.
Peyton Rogers with a pooch kick for the State Line Motors kickoff. Colton Ratcliffe makes a man miss and spins forward to the 44-yard line. A nice return on a short kick with not a lot of time to set up blocks. He gets it up near the 44. That's where the Bearcats will set up shop for their 3rd possession of the ball game.
3rd possession, and we'll only be snapping the ball for the 6th time.
It's amazing how efficient things have been for the Bearcats.